difficult to find a job and more difficult still if you have a criminal record. That is why here on Kababayan LA, we try to give you your legal options with the help of Attorney Karina Castañeda. Here is Simply Legal for you.
Hindi kailangan nakakalito ang batas. Liwanagin natin sa Simply Legal. Brought to you by Attorney Karina Castañeda and Attorney Manny Ibay.
Attorney Karina Castañeda, hello and welcome to Kababayan LA. Let's simplify this, okay? If you have a criminal record, do you have to live with that all your life?
No. The process is this. Usually a client will come into my office. I get all their police reports or their criminal complaint. And what happens is we file a motion and then the motion is set for a hearing. Okay, it is a full-blown hearing because it's a big thing for a judge, and it is generally up to the judge to decide if he or she is going to expunge somebody's criminal record.
So it's called expungement of criminal record?
Yeah, that's the general term, but in California it's under the Penal Code section, okay? And generally what happens is who qualifies for this, right? Well, if your probation is done, you've completed all your terms and, paid all the fines and done all and been clean, meaning you haven't committed a crime, well, then you're probably eligible.
How long should you be clean? I mean, do you file for expungement 6 months later, a year later, 2 years later?
I say to my clients, if you can do it 6 months after your probation's done and you've done everything that the court has requested, go in there because the likelihood it's the same judge and knows your case, your success rate will be probably very good. And the way I do my motions is I'll attach some character letters, I'll attach your resume, I'll do a motion and say, look, you should take a risk in expunging this person's criminal record because this person is going to be a nurse or, be a professional.
Does this include people who serve time in jail?
It does. That's a good question. There are certain crimes, that will never be
expunged,
dismissed.
Okay, let's talk about those. So what are examples of crimes that will never be?
Residential burglary, rape. I mean, really murder.
Okay.
Attempted murder, crimes of extreme violence that no one's really going to take.
What about domestic violence?
Yes, that could be expungible.
And what else are expungible?
DUI. Most misdemeanor offenses could be expunged. Petty theft, those kinds of things. Even shoplifting, even commercial burglary. Like someday down the road, Lindsay Lohan may want to think about it.
Expungement, right?
Yes, because what happens is this: your guilty plea or your no contest plea becomes in the books and it's entered in all the, criminal database.
And it's there forever. Now, we mentioned earlier that this is important if you're looking for a job. When else does this figure?
Well,
applying for visa, immigration?
Yes, there's a lot of benefits, and I can go through the litany of benefits. But critical now, especially in these economic times when competition is really fierce, every employer has to do their duty. They have a due diligence duty to make sure that this person they're hiring is not dangerous. Okay, so everybody does their standard criminal background check.
And it comes out.
And it comes out. But if it's expunged, it will also show that your prior guilty conviction is now a not guilty plea and it's been dismissed by a court.
Oh, okay. But it will still show that you had a guilty conviction.
Absolutely. It'll never be erased, but it'll show that somehow you've been rehabilitated. And it's a very complicated matter, and in some ways, some of my clients have come in with me because, let's say, a client who was a nurse and was convicted of a felony, and hers was more complicated because she was still on probation. So what I had to do was terminate her probation, reduce her felony conviction to misdemeanor, then ask the judge for for an expungement.
Right. Wow.
So
you did 3 things. Yes.
From a judge.
Yes. Yes.
And so and it's a hearing.
See, okay, what mistakes do people usually commit when it comes to this case? Are there mistakes that we should avoid or we should look out for?
A lot of people will try to do it themselves. Okay.
Okay. And you can't.
Well, you can because you can try to get that document, but it's a one-page document that you checkbox. And sometimes a judge wants more, and the judge will always tell you, knowing this, when I was a DA, the judge will always say, take a look at this, run the background on this, what do you think?
Okay.
So you want to attach a comprehensive motion to that one-page document and say, take a risk on this person because this person will never commit a crime again.
That's why you need a lawyer on your side. Now, if you do it yourself and it doesn't get anywhere, can you, after a while, hire a lawyer to help you?
You should.
Okay.
You should, because what happens, it just gets lost in the, paper.
Right.
And let me tell you, a lot of the juveniles that are out there that's committed, a juvenile offense, this is what every parent should do. When they turn 18, it's not automatic. You need to petition the juvenile court to seal the juvenile records. That includes all the complaint, all the police records.
Because when it's sealed, if an employer, like somewhere down the line, the employer won't see it anymore.
Universities that you're applying to, employers, you want to seal that too. And by law, the criminal system has to say when somebody's asking for information, we don't have that information.
All right.
Or it's under sealed.
Well, thank you so much for simplifying the laws with us today on the show. More power to you.
Thank you, Janelle.
There you have it. If you want more information, that's the number to call on the screen. Schedule your appointment right now. I know you need a lawyer on your side always, always. We will be back more in Kababayan LA. Don't go away.